Active Pasta has asked, can you say something in Flemish? Mijn naam is Tinne Gilis en deze is Stel mij een vraag. Alright, so the first question is from Gaming Cheetah. He has asked, hi Tinne, curious to know what you think the proudest moment of your career this far is. All the best. Thank you. It's a tricky question. I would say one of the proudest moments I have had so far is winning the European Team Championships for Belgium together with Nele. But then individually, I think winning my biggest title so far was the Canadian Open this year, and that was definitely a very proud moment as well. 2670 Gecko has asked, how would the fittest squash player do in a high rocks race? Can PSA please enter some in the off season? That's actually funny because I was talking with someone, it might have been Joelle actually. We said that Gina would be pretty good at it for the women, and the men probably like Joel Macon or Paul Call. But I actually would love to see a competition like that with the squash players. So if anyone wants to organize that, I'm in. JSquashJ has asked, what other sport did you play growing up? What might you be doing professionally now if you weren't playing squash? Oh, I actually played a lot of sports growing up. I did swimming, tennis, gymnastics, which is funny because I actually got kicked out of the gymnastics team because I was so bad. I was really bad. I did football, but only like a couple of training sessions. I did all of these, but then I did that together with squash, and squash was always the one that I liked the most, so I just kept playing that one, and yeah, here I am, still playing. Gordon Grbril, what's your go-to song before a match? I don't really have a go-to song. There's one thing I listen to before my match that is so motivating that that helps me to fire myself up and to step on court with like the mindset of that I want to win.
Talent, it means nothing. They may be more talented than you, but if you show more heart,
If you show more focus,
if you just decide
that this day
that you will never
accept second place.
to anyone.
If you do that, if you all do that. I know this whole thing. Anyway, Gonzalez8448 has asked, you have to be one of the smiliest and most positive people I've ever seen on a squash court. In a sport such as this, how the hell do you do it? Thank you. Fake it till you make it. There we go. No. No, I'm not gonna say that. To be fair, if you're not positive, if you're not loving what you're doing right now, then might as well stop. Like, I prefer to go through life with a smile and with a positive attitude than being grumpy and miserable all the time. So, Suraj Chand, which racket are you using currently? I'll show you. I'm currently using my Sonic Core Revelation 125 racket from Dunlop, and I absolutely love this racket. I never want to change. It's beautiful. Vila Sia has asked, looking back at your career so far, what was the biggest change in your game? Mentally, physically, technically, okay. Which helped you reach the top 5? Oof, that's a deep question. So up until I was 25-ish, I didn't really have a coach. So 5 years I was playing on tour without a coach, and then I started working with Gregory Gaultier. And I think that was a big change for me because that was the first coach I worked with being a pro, being a professional, and I learned a lot from him. Like he's been great, he was a really good coach. But just having someone in your corner telling you what you need to work on, where you can rely on no matter what is such a big thing for me. And the mental part of the game is also so important. And since I'm working with Jesse from SportMind as well, and he made a big change in my mental game as well. And I never knew that being mentally strong is so important in squash. It's sometimes even more important than physically. So yeah, working with Jesse has been very good. Shout out to them. Connor Sheen has asked, would you rather fight one John Mozzarella-sized duck or 100 duck-sized John Mozzarellas? Well, I would probably fight 100 duck-sized John Mozzarellas because they're small and you can just like all right. All of them. So that's what Barney Muffinberg has asked, seeing that both your brother and sister are also professional athletes, I'm curious about life in the Gilis household while you were children. Was a drive to compete, push yourself to the breaking point something that your parents pushed, or was this more the result of competitive dynamic between the kids or something else? Yeah, obviously it's pretty cool that we're all into sports and we're all professional athletes. My brother actually used to play squash as well, and he was probably the most talented of all of us. But yeah, I think because we were so interested in the same things, we always pushed each other to like go training and do this, and I know we never had pressure from our parents to focus on sport all the time, because they were very relaxed in that. They obviously wanted us to do sports, but we never felt pressure or it didn't push us to do anything. Orgrave has asked, most memorable match and why? There are just two matches that I would never forget, and that's because I was their last match, which is always, for me, that's kind of mixed feelings. Because I played Laura Massaro at her last match, the British Open, and Colleen O'Mara at her last match in Mauritius. And those are two matches that I was obviously very happy about that I won, but also sad because I knew that was their last match. So I think those are just two that I will always remember. Matt Cunningham 123 has asked, hey Tinne, where has been your favorite venue to play on the PSA Tour so far? I think one of the best venues I've played at, I would say Nantes, just because the crowd loves it. They're supporting anyone, no matter if you're French or not, it doesn't matter. They just love the game. They love watching everyone compete and having tough rallies. They have a drink. They're just the atmosphere is amazing. It makes it so much more enjoyable for us to play as well. So that's what I would say. Gina Kennedy, who is your go-to roommate on tour and why? Ooh, of course it's Eugene's. Honestly, I only share with Gina or Tesney, so I'll give credit to both of you. Bauda Bassioni, who is your hardest opponent out of the top 10? Nuran Gohar, because I think she's the only one I have never got a game of. Pricek 777 and Sajdev Zonik have asked, how do you manage competing with your sister in matches? I mean, competing against Nele has always been and will always be the hardest thing. We want to win everything. We want to win, especially like when we play each other. Of course, we want to beat each other, and that's something I had to work on mentally as well. Like when you step on court, I just have to forget about who I'm playing, focus on myself, focus on the squash, and telling myself I want to win this. I know she wants to win this, so don't think about anything else. Just step on court and focus on what you should be doing, and nothing else matters. So it's not easy, but that's the mindset I need to have. Rafa Sanf has asked, who is your favorite ever player? I mean, I will ever since I was young, and I will always say Nicole David. You're a legend. Analog Hymns has asked, how much do you feel the physical stress in your body when you make a deep run through the final of a tournament? To be honest, I don't think I have. It's been a while since I felt physically tired playing a match, because I feel like the training sessions that we do are a lot harder than the matches itself, if that makes sense. And sometimes I have to remind myself, if I feel tired, is it mentally or is it physically? Most of the times it's mentally, so that's just something in my head I need to change. I think the mental part is a big role in those events, especially when you make it to the final, because you can get through anything and you can do so much more than you think physically. Erik van Rent and Emma Squash have asked, what does your day look like when you've got a match? Any pre and post-match rituals? It obviously depends what time my match is, but if my match would be in the evening or late afternoon, I'd always practice in the morning to get the body going. Have lunch. My pre-match snack would be toast with peanut butter and banana. And post-match rituals, just nothing special. I just cool down, have my protein bar, because I love my protein bars. Yeah, cool down, have a little snack, protein, carbs, and then dinner. Rohan Solomon, what's your favorite shot to play? Is that even a question? Surely you know. If you know my game, you know what my favorite shot is. Well, it's obviously a backhand volley drop, all day long. PT Verlelk, 1988. What's your favorite and least favorite things about the tour? I would say my favorite thing about the tour is the travel you get to do. You get to travel all over the world, see different places, discover new things, new foods. And the people you meet along the way, you get close. They basically become your family because you see them more than your own. And my least favorite thing about it, I would say, it can be very lonely as well. At the end of the day, everyone's there for themselves and everyone wants to focus on themselves, and you're in one hotel room, in another hotel room, and it's just, you just feel isolated sometimes. And like I said, you're away from your family so long, so it can feel very lonely at times. Whoa! SQUASHTV have asked, who should we do our next Ask Me Anything with? I'd actually love to hear Noura Sherbini's answers, because I want to know her secret. No, Tess. Do it with Tess. That'll be fun. It's a good content. Thank you very much for all your questions. Bye.